Oh, he gave us the finger. There's
Oh,
the finger.
jeez.
The finger. Hey, welcome
nice
everybody.
smiles.
Yes, he said very nice smiles, which was kind of
I thought he was complimenting us, not telling us to do something.
Oh yeah. No, hey guys, welcome to Show It Live
Welcome
here on showithere.com.
on Thursday.
I'm gray shirt number 1.
I am gray shirt, larger gray shirt number 2.
I think it's just larger gray shirt number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah, the regular gray shirt, larger gray
This
shirt.
is the second show in a row that we've matched.
Yeah, which I feel like we should just make a thing.
Yeah, I think we should.
We really should.
Tuesday we're black, now we're gray,
Mhm.
and we're gonna have white shirts.
Yeah. I mean, I wear blue, but that's
Tuesday.
fine on Tuesday.
Oh.
Well, welcome. I'm Field Denny. This is Jason Lackey.
Yes.
Here from the other side of the mothership.
From the other side.
Yes.
Across the pond.
Across the. Yeah, the pond. There was a
we
pond.
had some flooding.
Yeah.
It rained really bad.
So, but welcome. We have a really good show.
It's gonna be
a great show. We have Stephanie Moore-Milne on today, and
Yep.
she is going to be talking to us about her journey to specialism.
Yeah.
Yep. Not just being special, because she is.
She's special.
Super special.
But it's a journey.
It is a journey. It's a travel from one point to another.
Yep, it is.
Yeah. So a couple things to talk about for those of you who were fans of the NBA in the 90s.
Okay.
The Charlotte Bobcats, who are now going back to the Charlotte Hornets.
Oh.
Yeah. Super exciting news. Now, if they could bring back Muggsy Bogues
Okay.
and Grandmama Larry Johnson and Zoe Morning, it would be even better. But
Those sound like these mobsters.
yeah, no, they were
Hey,
90s.
Muggsy Jones.
Bogues.
Sorry.
Bogues. Yeah, he was 5'3". He was awesome. No, I guess that may not be pertinent information to Show Tears, but I thought it was really cool.
Hey, it's exciting, and
It
if it's
is.
interesting to you, it's interesting to some people.
To maybe nobody else,
So maybe nobody else.
which is fine. I've accepted that. No, so yeah, we're gonna have a really great show today.
We are.
Something that we wanted to talk about, though. We wanted to showcase one of our favorite articles that
Yes.
has hit showithere.com.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was written by Courtney Talbot.
Yes. So this article it was actually done by Elizabeth Langford, but she interviewed Courtney Talbot.
Oh,
We
okay.
got this information from her,
Mm-hmm.
which is really cool. It's a nice. We really like it when our contributors, kind of go and talk to someone and get some information from them to get on the site. But this is 8 tips for newborn sessions
Mhm.
from Courtney Talbot, which is really cool. And I love the way she laid out this article. You can see she's got it numbered.
Mm-hmm.
8 tips, nice and easy. You can go through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 8 there. Some really good tips though. Just different things to get,
Mhm.
things to use to make the process go smoother. Just little things that if you're starting out doing this, or maybe you're pretty new at doing this, stuff you might not think of, and that I'm sure Courtney has learned from trial and error and a lot of screaming and crying
Mhm.
and throwing up and stuff like that. She's learned that these things help. So learn from her craziness that she's been through.
Yeah.
And take this advice. But she's got some cool. There's this graphic up here. Sorry, I'm making everyone dizzy with the.
Whoop, whoop. This is the generation we live in. It's
Yeah.
totally fine. Just
Super
scroll.
fast.
Super
Go
fast.
Bam, 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 bam.
Bam.
But this is a cool picture. She's got a little layout.
Oh,
Space
yeah.
heater here.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a shot of her whole little setup. So it's just part of her room. She's got the little backdrop she can put down.
Mm-hmm.
Where to put the baby. Different baskets. So really, really cool. This article made me want to get into newborn photography.
Really?
Yeah.
This
I feel like I can do this.
stuff like
great
that actually
advice.
really makes me appreciate people who love doing newborn photography, because it's never been an interest of mine.
Mhm. Yeah.
So same with family sessions. Like I'm not a family session guy.
Mhm. Yeah.
I love people who do that though.
Yeah.
Because it's not for me.
Oh yeah.
So I really have you ever been to a newborn session?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done a few.
Yeah. I'm so thankful for all you newborn
Mhm.
photographers out there because I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, you guys are so patient and kind and
It's
all the
amazing.
things I'm not.
Lots of patience.
Yep.
So, very cool.
Yeah.
Great article. Check it out.
Check it
Speaking
out.
of showtier.com,
Yeah.
we've had some different featured drink articles on here. And while this isn't a drink that's featured on the article, I'm doing my best to make a segue.
Yes.
We have some visitors at our house right now.
Yeah.
And my sister and then her friend, which is a family friend of ours. This girl's really into Bloody Marys.
I love Bloody Marys.
And we found out, we've just been talking about it like in our little work chat. It creeps me out. Field says he loves it. This
Well-
girl's all about him.
Oh,
And-
I love V8 juice.
Yeah, you like V8 juice and spaghetti.
Which, yeah, I think if you like V8 juice, then you will like Bloody Marys.
Yeah. And so we're trying to figure out how to make Bloody Marys.
Mhm.
And so we're like looking up recipes. And the one thing we learned is that there's nothing you cannot put in a Bloody Mary. Like you can literally just open up your fridge and put anything into a Bloody Mary.
Do you have a way to prove it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, all right.
Check it out. It just so happens that this restaurant in Milwaukee, I think, yeah, Milwaukee, has invented a Bloody Mary for $50.
$50.
You ready for this?
Now, don't be
JT?
shocked. Don't be shocked at the price.
Don't be shocked at the price until you see what's going on here.
Yeah, yeah.
Send it over.
You realize
An
it's
entire fried chicken.
fried chicken. An entire fried
I'm just
chicken.
gonna let that sit for a second. Incredible.
So I'm drinking my Bloody Mary while I'm eating fried chicken. What are the bacon things again?
Yeah, so there's, hold on, I'm just going to run through this list because
Yeah.
it's great. Which, this is what made me realize you can literally put anything in here.
Yeah.
Olive, onion, pickle, cheese, sausage, mushroom, scallion, shrimp, tomato, celery, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, lemon, 2 skewers of bacon-wrapped jalapeno cheese balls, and 1 entire fried chicken.
Yeah. So the bacon-wrapped jalapeno cheese balls sound amazing. And then you put that in a Bloody Mary, which I already enjoy, and a fried chicken, which I love fried chicken. This to me, I'm buying a ticket to Milwaukee.
You're buying a ticket to heart disease.
I'm cashing in that ticket. I think I've already bought that ticket. I'm cashing in that ticket.
Yeah, if you needed a reason to go to Milwaukee, you just got it.
Yeah, an additional reason.
Yeah.
I want to do the whole, I want to pretend I'm Laverne to somebody's Shirley.
Yeah.
And then I also want to go have fried chicken in my Bloody Mary.
Well, hey, there you go. Happy Thursday. Go make yourself a Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
This kind of makes me want to try one because I want fried chicken.
Right? If you love Bloody Marys, like, there's nothing wrong with that. If you love V8 juice, I mean, I think we're a little weird.
Why not put some sausage and bacon and chicken in it?
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's really wonderful.
There's your weekend tip.
There's your weekend tip. Yeah, prepare yourself for the weekend.
Make a Bloody Mary.
Yeah. If you're in or near the Milwaukee area,
Mm-hmm.
I really want you to go try this.
Yeah. I would venture to say that we will pay you to go try this if you document the whole thing for the show.
We probably will.
It's out there.
Yeah. It's like the
There's the
potato
challenge.
salad thing. I want
Yeah.
people to go eat the potato salad in Ohio.
Yeah, there you go. It's out there.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you.
Gauntlet has been thrown.
I think that's a really good thing to bring up. I think that's super great. Go try one.
You have nothing else to
Yeah.
say.
You-
It's like,
well, what else? can you
What
say?
else can you say?
Yeah. Yeah. So without further ado, which has become my favorite catchphrase. It's not really
Yeah.
a catchphrase. It's more of a.
If you're
saying.
sick and tired of ado,
If you're sick and tired of all this ado,
fear not.
yep.
There will be no further.
No further ado. So, without further ado, we do have the fabulous Stephanie Moore with us today. StephanieMoore.com.
Yes,
So,
sorry.
welcome, Stephanie. Yep, go ahead. Welcome, Stephanie.
Welcome, Stephanie.
Ah.
We can't see her yet.
Yeah, we're getting
Hold
to
on,
the point where you
it's
can
getting
see
zoned
more clapping. Standing belly clap.
Continue. Thank you. Thank you.
There she is. Hey.
Thanks for joining us, Stephanie.
Yeah, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
no problem.
So Stephanie, you came to us today. You're going to be talking about your journey into specialism.
Mhm.
I think this starts off with a different journey that you took.
Yeah, I've been on a journey for pretty much my whole life, as everyone is.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I've been on some interesting ones as I go.
Yeah. So first though, tell us a little bit about yourself. For those of you who don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I live in Canada,
Mhm.
where it may be threatening to snow today, and I have been a photographer for going on my 10th year.
Mhm.
And I didn't have electricity, power, running water, indoor plumbing, or anything until I was 17. So it was like Little House on the Prairie is reality TV.
Mhm.
And
And that's like a rite of passage up in Canada, right? Nobody has those things until they turn 17.
yeah, exactly.
It's just normal.
Yeah.
If you're of legal age to vote for your own electricity, then I guess you get it.
Vote for electricity.
Or whatever. It's because we have to learn to kill our own food before we eat.
That's right. Important life lessons.
Yeah. And then I moved away from not having any power and went and toured with Canada's largest Elvis tribute band. So
I didn't know this.
Right?
How did I not know
a
this?
journey also. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Can you back up for 1 second?
3 steps.
Canada's largest Elvis tribute band?
Yes.
I love every part of that sentence.
Yeah, right?
I was working at a Montana's as a waitress,
Okay.
and they heard me sing a birthday song because that's what you do with like the moose.
Right. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Day.
We love everything about you. So I was going out to my car after work, and this guy comes up to me in the parking lot, and he's like, "Hey, isn't your name Stephanie?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm gonna stab you."
Take 2 steps back.
Because that's not creepy at all.
No, it's not creepy at all. People don't talk to me in parking lots if they want to keep their faces.
You should not talk to anyone.
He was like, "Do you want to come and audition for my band?" And I was like, "Get away from me with your creeper band!" Like, no, I don't want to come audition for your band. And anyway, he finally talked me down, and I went and auditioned and ended up singing in this 17-piece brass Elvis tribute band as a backup singer and go-go dancer. So we did that for a while. It was fun.
That's so
Good
great.
for you.
See, I let people know before I just walk up to them in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I go up to them in the restaurant and I say, "Hey, are you walking to your car by yourself later?"
May I accompany you?
Just all by yourself. I want to know if you're walking to your car. Just throwing that out there.
Can I accompany you from 10 steps behind? Like,
Yes.
this is kind of creepy. I don't know. I mean,
I've watched you walk to your car by yourself.
Yeah.
that's like a dead giveaway for Creeper.
So then you joined quite possibly the coolest thing I've heard in 2014.
Yep.
Canada's largest traveling Elvis tribute band. Gosh, it just rolls off the tongue so well.
It's just
It
everything
does,
about it is great.
Yeah.
So
It's fun.
so you hung up your blue suede shoes
Yes.
and picked up a camera, a photographing
Yes, I did.
device.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to be a photographer. I wanted to be a writer, but apparently you can't make money in that. So
That's what I've heard.
I ended up doing photography.
Mhm.
And unlike some of my more successful counterparts, I actually went to school for photojournalism.
Sweet.
Yeah, and then I just kind of ended up doing photos of basically everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which is what we're about to go into is you did the whole new photographer thing where have money, will shoot.
Yeah, even if you just had food, or if you had like, I don't even know, like, I would have shot up for a box of Nerds and a Slurpee, pretty much. So.
Whoa,
And a power outlet.
Whoa, what I won't do for a box of Nerds, if they're mixed, I want the grape on one side, strawberry or watermelon. I don't care which one.
Yeah.
They're both delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
Yeah. So I did kind of a bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I photographed a dog wedding.
Whoa. See, you keep just breezing past these things.
Yeah, like they're
I feel
normal.
like that's not normal, Stephanie. We need to get into what that was. Were dogs getting married to each other?
Yeah. She was a championship Shih Tzu named Betty Boop. And she won her championship, and then I went to photograph her glamour photos, and then her owner, whose name was Bitsy, actually.
Of course it was. Why would it not be?
Yeah, I know.
Was her owner a dog also?
No, but that was
okay.
the best crazy dog lady ever.
Bitsy.
I'm
I
Bitsy.
said,
This is my
I'll
dog
get you
Betty.
your photos, but I have to finish editing this wedding. And she said, "Oh my God, dear, you do weddings? Betty Boop is getting married." And I said,
What?
Yeah, but it was a shotgun wedding because she had already been bred to this dog that she was marrying, and
She got knocked up.
I know they wanted me to fly to Thunder Bay, Ontario, in the middle of February, and I was like, cold day in hell, which is Thunder Bay every day.
Yeah.
And so she said, well, maybe we could do it after she gets back, and you can just Photoshop the groom in, because Photoshop that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's so easy, just Photoshop it in. So that's what we did, and we did like an album, and she had like Aunt Glitter was her attendant, and yeah, it was crazy. It was really crazy.
Aunt Glitter.
And Lady Dorothea was her flower girl, and they all had little corsages, and Aunt Glitter wore a leather vest. And we did the whole thing, and she bought an album. She paid me $250 an hour to shoot a dog wedding.
Oh my
and
God.
She paid me in all cash, so her husband wouldn't know. She told him I wanted it for my portfolio, because that's what you need in your portfolio.
Yeah, I do dog weddings.
Yeah, dog wedding. But it's the only time you can call the bride a bitch and get away with it.
That's true. That's true.
Really. Nobody can even get mad about that.
That's true. That is very true.
It's like in Best in Show. You can say it because they're dogs.
It's not wrong.
So yeah, I was doing some of that stuff and shooting human brides also, and hated it. And then all my brides started having babies, so I was like, well, I'm gonna go and I'll be a baby photographer.
Yeah.
And I photographed some babies that were just like freaking hideous. And it turns out I hate children. Like, I hate them. They're awful. I'd rather hug and kiss poisonous snakes than take one more photo of a kid.
Yeah.
So
I hear you. I barely like my own children, so I totally understand.
You have to take care of it.
so I did some of that, and I was like, this is awful, and I'm just gonna start drinking if I have to keep doing this. And
We have a Bloody Mary for you.
Yeah, we have a Bloody Mary.
guys, I love
You like
roast
fried chicken?
So then my sister called me, and she said, hey, I got some really loose friends. Can you come up and take some like sexy photos of them for their boyfriends or of the week or whatever? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm shooting everything. I can shoot that.
So real quick, I love you so
This
much.
is going to have to be a two-part interview.
So there's a lot of questions happening here in the chat. Are there photos of Betty Boop, Bitsy's dog?
Betsy's dog, Betty Boop?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Do you want me to email them to JT?
Email, or if they're online, is there a way we could share this with? Like,
I took those off my show at site.
You were so
because
smart.
I want to attract more of Bitsy's friends.
Yeah.
Talk about specialism.
Yeah, I mean the internet is forever, but yeah, you're lucky. The quicker you get that down.
Yeah, dog weddings are definitely like specialist.
Mhm.
I could maybe do it like a screen share.
We'll worry about it afterwards. We'll post them up. We'll post them up in the Facebook group.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. We'll let people know what they missed if they weren't able to tune in. That's so fantastic. So yeah. So and then you started photographing babies, and you realized that you don't like that.
No, I hate them.
We actually have a picture of a baby. If we could get that pulled up, and you can kind of talk through why you didn't like photographing this. Okay.
Why I didn't like photographing them?
So yeah, the picture's up.
Because they're awful little critters. Like, they're just awful. And the mom was like, do you know what? I just have this vision for, I want her to be on a cloud with some rose petals and, like, maybe some wings or something. I'm like, lady, your kid looks like a gerbil crossed with a goldfish. This is not going to be cute. Like, no. And they cry, and it takes forever. Ugh. Newborn photographers, you're awesome.
Seriously.
But I seriously die inside every time I think about taking pictures of kids.
It's so great.
That's nasty.
So, and then you had a friend contact you about some of her a little more open-minded friends, is how
Yes.
I will phrase that, about doing some boudoir pictures.
Yeah. So I one of the friends had a very rich boyfriend that she semi-liked at the time, and so she said, we can use his mansion. It'll be amazing. We'll just go up and take pictures of this house that have like stuffed alligators and stuff. So I said, okay, let's go there. And I photographed 10 women in a day. And my last client of the day came in, and she was wearing like her hair in curlers, and she had sweatpants on, and everyone else was like teetering around in their 6-inch stripper heels and all done up and whatever. And my client came in, and she saw them, and she just kind of like came in and just like sat on the couch and like didn't look at anybody and just kind of was very closed body language. And so I said, wow, okay, I need to go talk to her. So I went over and said, hey, I'm Stephanie. I'll be your photographer today. How are you doing? And she just said, I shouldn't be here. And I said, oh, okay, well, you got your hair in curlers. It looks like you're kind of getting ready for a photo shoot. We haven't done hair and makeup yet or anything. And she said, no, like all of those girls are prettier than me, and all of those girls are skinnier than me. Like, I just shouldn't be here. And I said, okay, well, you already drove 45 minutes through snowstorm to get here. I mean, it was like August. And you should just stay. And if you trust me enough to give me 45 minutes of your day, you're going to be my favorite client, I promise. And I mean, I didn't know what I was talking about. I had just started shooting boudoir like 7 hours earlier. Yeah. But I had this feeling. So sure enough, she was my favorite client of the day. She was like perfect little pinup. And I went home, edited all her pictures super, super, super fast, and then called her and said, look at your pictures, go look at them, and then call me as soon as you're done because they're amazing and they're going to blow your mind. And she was like, okay. So she didn't call me back.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah, like an hour goes by and she hasn't called me back. And then another hour went by and she hadn't called me back. And I'm at home like, oh my God, I'm going to have to get a job doing math somewhere. Like the worst possible thing I could imagine. I'm going to have to count things for a living. This is awful. And then she finally called me and she's like sobbing on the phone. And
another good sign.
I'm the worst person ever. And she said, do you know what? My whole life I felt like the ugly duckling. And my whole life, everybody that I knew was prettier than me and had nicer things than me and was more successful than me. And this is the only time that I have ever felt beautiful was when I looked at these photos. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I like started crying and was like, oh my God, like this is what I want to do when I grow up. This is it. This is my thing. Finally, no more babies or dogs. Like I'm amazed. This is awesome. So
well, maybe a couple dog weddings.
Yeah, so I just started like just taking boudoir clients and kind of just saying, actually, no, I don't really want to go and shoot the puppy's newborn session from Betty Boop, although I did because we had to put it in the album. And I said, no, I don't want to take kids anymore. I don't really want to photograph your bar mitzvah. I don't want to go and shoot whatever. And it's been really, really awesome to just say, no, I'm a boudoir photographer. I don't want to do that.
So, did we have a picture of that client? Because we have a couple pictures to show. Do we have a picture of that client?
Yeah, you've got a bunch of photos. And actually, today on Photography Awesome Sauce, there's a whole bunch of pictures of that client because I just wrote a little thing about her and about why I do boudoir and why I think it's important.
Yeah.
So.
But did you share one with us to share with everybody?
I think there should have been one there. I'm not really sure. I can put one up in Facebook if there isn't.
No worries. So yeah, and then you just celebrated a milestone of such, going towards specialism.
Yeah, I just photographed the last wedding of my career on Saturday.
Dude, that's so awesome. Congrats.
Woo! So exciting.
It is. That's really exciting.
And really, they pulled me out of retirement. She was a client of mine before, and then I agreed to shoot her wedding. So it was a good way to end. It was a fun wedding. It was a little bit crazy, but I'm glad to be done. It's just like a weight has been lifted. It's amazing.
So tell me about why it's important for you to specialize in boudoir. Why it was important for you to pick that one thing and say, you know what, this is Stephanie Moore. Why?
Tell me about that.
I think for me, just because I felt so strongly against everything else I was shooting, every time I would do a wedding, I would like throw up before the wedding. I was just so nervous. Like, this is the biggest day of their lives, and I'm totally going to screw it up. I had so much stress. Babies, you know how I feel about babies. Just no. But every time I get to work with these women who come to me and they sit there in our consultations and they go, I think, that maybe I hate my legs. I hate my arms. I absolutely can't stand my stomach. And they're very closed, and they just sit there and they tear everything down about themselves. And I say, well, what's your best feature? And they're like, I've got a nice smile. My hair is okay if I actually take some time with it. Like, they don't know how beautiful they are. So for me, boudoir is about showing them the person that everybody else sees already. Because nobody looks at somebody that they don't know and goes, oh, I hate rah, rah, rah. I mean, unless they're a bag, and then you don't want to be their friend anyway.
Yeah, look at the way her eyebrows do that thing. Like, people don't actually.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. So for me, as soon as I started just doing boudoir, it was like, wow, I just learned how to breathe. Like, this is my thing. This is what I want to do. If I can help these women discover how amazing they are, then it'll change them, and then they'll change everyone around them, because that's just how it works. Yeah. So they're just more confident, and they call me and they're crying, and we sit there. I do in-person sales now, thank God, so I don't have to wait for callbacks. And they sit there and they go, wow, I can't believe that's me. It's amazing, and so it's really cool. So it's been a neat thing to see.
Yeah. One thing I feel like we see a lot with specialism is kind of the fear of transitioning. Like you're saying, you're doing your last wedding, but weddings are a big source of income, right? You make a lot of money on weddings.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you talk maybe a little bit about that transition where you had to say, like, I'm giving up potentially a lot of money to do what I love and I know I'm the best at, not really knowing for sure if you're going to get enough clients to make that transition,
It's scary. Like, it's actually terrifying. And I have some people ask me, like, well, what are you going to do? My husband actually was one of them. He said, I don't think you should do that. Like, we were moving from a town of over 1 million people to a town of 19,000. And I said, I'm not taking anything but boudoir when I get there. And he was like, you what? Like, no. What do you mean? No, we've got, like, 2 mortgages now. We've got all this stuff. We've got, like, 2 kids. Like, how are we going to do this? You can't say no to things. And I said, I have to. Like, I don't really know. I just can't do it. It's killing me to do these things that I hate. And I want to be able to have more time to be a better mom, better wife, all this stuff. And it was really scary. It was, like, super scary. But I went to Vegas in February, hung out with some amazing, amazing, amazing women. And I was in Jen Rosenbaum's class, and she's awesome. We've been friends for a long time, since before, whatever, Creative Live and all that stuff. But I was in her class, and I was sitting next to this guy in a funny hat, and I was like, that guy looks familiar. And then I got introduced to him, and it was Jeff, like Jeff Yoakum. And
in a funny hat. That's Jeff.
He had a funny hat. He's always wearing a hat or a funny shirt or something. Anyway, he had this little funny hat on, and I said, "Hey, I've actually kind of been stalking you a little bit, because a few of my friends had used him, Jackie Gannon, and I've heard about Fight Club and all that other stuff. And I thought, I'm not a person to jump on a bandwagon. I'm not a person just to do stuff because everybody's using this guy, right? And but I said, tell me about you, and tell me what your 3 words are, because I hear that's a thing. And he was like, okay, they're paternal, and romantic, and confrontational. And I said, confrontational? Really? That's what's going to sell me. That's what's going to sell me on doing this whole specialism thing that everybody's been talking about. And he was like, really confrontational. I was like, yeah, you're a business coach. If I want somebody who's gonna kick my butt around the block. Like, I don't want somebody who's gonna be like, you're doing everything fine, dear. Like, beat me with it. Like, I need it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna change anything because I'm really stubborn. And so we talked for a little bit, and I got home and I thought about it some more, and I finally sent him an email, and I was like, I give. Okay, I moved to this new little, tiny little town. Everything's going pretty well, I think. And he was like, okay, well, we'll go through it. I'll take you one-on-one coaching, which was also scary. And because it's a big investment. It's a real big investment.
And you wind up talking to Jeff a lot.
Yeah, a guy knows his stuff.
For sure. He challenges you.
Yeah, he does. He really does. And I was resistant to it for a while. And he said, you know, like, can you come up with 3 words? And I was like, yeah, sure. It's going to be like all party, fiery, vivacious, like craziness. And he's like, but what about your softer side? And I was like, F you! I'm out of here. We're not talking about it. He's like, no, I really think you do. And I was like, no, I really don't. Don't talk about it. He's like, well, you want to specialize in working with women. Do you think they're actually going to be all in and trust you if you're not going to let down your guard? I was like,
dang it.
Damn it, Jeff.
We finally like hacked through it, and I ended up with tender, vivacious, and fiery as my words. And people are like, tender? Oh, okay. Well, that's not that scary. Because, I don't know, they're like, we're intimidated by you. You're really loud. So,
that's my favorite Care Bear, by the way. It was Tenderheart.
Tenderheart?
Yeah. That was,
Care Bear Care?
That was me. Care Bear Stare.
Yeah, Care Bear Stare Care.
Well, so one last question about this. If you were to talk to people, maybe somebody in our audience who is afraid of specializing or really doesn't know that much about it, what advice would you give them to really research that and to maybe give it a shot?
Do you know what? When I was looking at everything and weighing my pros and cons, the thing that I had to ask myself was what the price of my freedom was worth. Like, because if I can just shoot what I love, then I'm free, and I can work happy and all those things that Jeff always talks about. Specialism has been such a cool thing for me just because all of a sudden I don't feel like, oh, it's work. Like, I get to go out there and I actually get to make a difference and do stuff that is just amazing and that I love. And if you're kind of wondering if you should specialize or if specialism is for you or whatever, Jeff's about to go on this huge tour, which is so cheap, I can't even believe it. It's like $79, but he's doing this Take a Giant Step tour, and he's going to cover like a little bit about specialism and that kind of stuff and what it's all about, and have mentors and coaches with him to talk about their journeys into specialism, kind of like I've done. So you can check that out. It's teamx.eventbrite.com. So, I mean, go see him, talk to him. But I think if you're thinking about specializing and going into like a niche market or something, and it makes you feel like you can fly to do those things, why would you do anything else? Like, yeah, I know the finances are very scary. When I moved to this town, this is the least glamorous town ever. Like, people just, it's like people of Walmart, but on the street. Like, it's crazy. And I moved here to a town of 19,000 people and hung out my tiny little boudoir shingle, and I tripled my business in under 6 months. From a town of over 1 million to a town of 19,000. And I meet people in the grocery store or whatever, and they say, oh my gosh, you're Stephanie, you're that photographer that does those photos. I'm like, yes, I do those photos, and when are we shooting you? And they go, oh my gosh, well, I can never do it because I'm this and this and this. I said, let's just go have coffee. Like, let's just get coffee, we'll chat about it, we'll see what it do. And I shoot them, I book them every time.
Yeah.
And word of mouth is so huge. that I haven't even advertised at all. But I'm shooting more than I ever have.
And I think that goes to show that I think people are drawn to someone who's a specialist too, and also drawn to somebody that's passionate and loves what they're doing. If you're still shooting babies, people aren't going to be drawn to you because they're like, it's not what you love, and that comes out, you know. Even if you're professional and doing something you don't like, you know, it really comes out when you love what you're doing, I think, and that's what people talk about.
You don't go to a dentist to get like a chiropractic adjustment.
Exactly. Yep.
Like I would never do that. You go to somebody because you know that they know their stuff, right? And then it makes it so much easier for people to find you because they're like, oh, that's that photographer that does that thing.
That's what you do. Yep.
That's it.
Oh, you're the Star Wars photographer. Oh, you're that boudoir photographer.
I'm so jealous of Carrie Swales right now.
Wedding photographer. Like, I mean, maybe it's a thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be.
No, I think it's great. And I think at the bottom line, the thing that Jeff always says is anyone can copy what you do, but no one can copy who you are. And I think that's the best message. And Stephanie, like, what you do pours out through who you are, and I think that's the coolest fit, and it makes us happy to see you so happy too. So.
Yeah, I'm so happy. My kids are happier. I have more time. I'm not shooting like 14-hour days of freaking weddings and shooting babies and coming home covered in all kinds of schmutz. Like, it's disgusting.
So
sorry.
Yeah, no, you go ahead.
No.
Oh, okay, I was just gonna say, well, thank you for joining us.
But we do have a picture.
We do have a picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a picture that we want to share. So everybody, they were kind of looking, wanting this. This is the doggy wedding picture.
Yes, that is the doggy wedding picture. Yes, that is Betty Boop, Lady Dorothea, and Aunt Glitter. Aunt Glitter's black leather.
Oh my gosh.
My goodness.
Lady Dorothea.
Lady Dorothea, yeah, the bride is in the middle, and then Lady Dorothea is on the other side.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then Betty Boop is in the middle.
I mean, talk about going from generalism to specialism, right?
Yeah, it wasn't my
so
thing,
funny. What a great story. What a great story.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. This is Lady Dorothea.
See.
I'm not sure I'll be able to get that out of my head.
But there's somebody out there that they're going to specialize in that, and they're going to make it cute because people want that.
Amy and Jordan did Doga.
Doga?
Dog yoga.
Dog yoga.
Search their blog for that. Fantastic. I think we should share that. So thank you very much for being with us. Thank you for sharing your story about your journey into specialism and some of the wonderful things that you did before you start to specialize in boudoir.
It's been a journey, like a real. There's a lot of things.
Before we have our guests leave, we like to play this fun little game called Would You Rather.
Okay.
Yeah, and so really simple. We're running a little out of time, so you just get one qualifying question today. Okay. I apologize. So here it is. There is a correct and an incorrect answer, just to let you know ahead of time.
I don't really care what the correct answer is. I'm just going to go with it.
Stephanie Moore.
Yes.
Would you rather have a permanent clown face or permanently wear clown clothes? And it's a tough question. You can ask one qualifying question, but you would have to always have your face painted like a clown or wear permanent clown clothes.
I think I would rather have my face painted like a clown because my best friend is terrified of clowns, and that would be hilarious.
Nice.
So you would go a lifetime with clown makeup to freak out one friend?
She's I've known her since I was 2. She is so terrified of clowns, like bloody screaming, like mass murder screaming, which is why I turned my elf on a shelf into a creepy clown for Halloween.
Yeah, I saw that on your page.
Yeah, it's really creepy.
That is terrible.
It's like over my kids with a knife and stuff. But that was for her, so I'd rather do the makeup, I think.
Well, although I appreciate your answer and your commitment to freak out that one friend, that is incorrect. The correct answer is permanently wearing clown clothes.
Oh, sorry.
The advances in clown hair, the ability to wear Bozo the clown's hair anytime you want. And then also, there are some really fun, cool clown clothes out there now. You get like the hobo clown. You get the Stephen King's It clown.
Yeah.
I mean,
and with the way popular fashion goes, it's probably going to be in style pretty soon.
Yeah, but then I'd have to specialize in clown boudoir if it was all about the clothes, like clown noir.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know,
with the clown fainted face, or clown fainted face, painted face,
It's getting warm.
it is getting warm in here. People would think you were a fan of the Insane Clown Posse.
That's fine. I knew a lot of guys that were into ICP.
It's true.
Yeah, but
you
were
could be
they
a juggalo?
a
Is that what
juggalo?
they're called? Juggalos?
I think so.
It's a juggalette if you're
Oh,
a
a
girl.
juggalette. Sorry.
Juggalette.
You could totally be a juggalette.
Yeah.
The face painting.
Sounds so terrible. Well, Stephanie, thanks again for joining us. I'm sorry you got that wrong. You clearly got specializing in
Yes.
boudoir correct. So
You're winning
So-
your life. So
great job there. Yeah, that's more important than winning it. Would you?
I
rather?
agree. Winning life.
So, Show-Tears out there, thank you very much for joining us. Join us next Tuesday when we have Joel LaCar on.
Joel LaCar, yeah.
Joel LaCar. He's going to actually be talking about,
That's the best.
yeah, he is super awesome.
Yeah.
He's going to be talking about, I think, talking to clients and converting people, leads into clients.
Into clients.
Yeah, so
Get them booked. Signed up.
Yep.
ABC.
ABC. Always be chewing.
Be chewing.
Yep. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you
Joining
guys
us.
next Tuesday
Have
with
a
Joel.
great weekend.
Yes, sir. All right. Bye, guys.